Welcome. Ran a little late there. A little bit of a computer issue again. One sec. It's so hot out. Having the window open is more hot than having it closed. All right. We are here tonight for the Sunday episode. We are still on the recap. You will likely have to refresh if you were here when it crashed. One sec. I am trying the treadmill again. To see if it just fixed itself. Why is Lisa here? I don't know. I didn't fix it. It's not new. I'm just hoping it works. But it probably won't. Okay.
This night could not have got better for me and my best.
There you go. That's where I am. Prediction. Commercial by 6:10. She says it's the speech. That's wild. I mean, watch out if you're sitting next to Chemo in the final two, I guess. I need to tighten the belt on this. I mean, this helped Quinn. This open vulnerability. But it only lasts so long. Warwick, thank you for the 63rd tier 3. Thank you. Rick, thank you for the 35th. Yeah, this is already sounding weird again. Yeah, I mean, like, what does that mean for you, Cam, though? How does that not make sense, Quinn? Okay. No commercial. It was close, though. Kind of close. What should the next prediction be? Do we finish the HOH comp? Yes, no. It's interesting. So, that move that Chelsea made, saving Chemo, evicting Joseph, I think was a really good move for her. I think it has set her up for huge success in the game. You saw that she kind of tried to set it up ahead of time, but just like got nowhere with it. But like the fact that it was speech based is so interesting. They think the 25th. Sounds so bad. I mean, I don't really see what the incentive is to lie about it being a speech based vote. Like, I mean, I guess it's possible they could come out of the house and say otherwise, but like, in terms of the current situation, I don't really have any reason to not believe them. If they're saying it in the diary room and they said it to each other and they said it to other people. At some point, though, especially if Chemo survives this week, we will have to reevaluate. We will have to go back at T-Core's HOH and talk about how effective it was. That she was able to snipe Tucker out of the game with no blowback. We're back, by the way. Moses, thank you for the 11th. Mister, thank you for the 51st. 50 in a row. Her glitter trail. Oof. I'm getting real bored. Is that how they see their fans? I actually don't want the key wheel. I think it's better than what we currently have. But I think there's better ways. Like, for me, it's literally just like eliminate all, just like the simplest way that's an improvement over everything is just have the person say it. Maybe with a dramatic turn to the person. My first nominee is Quinn. My second nominee is Leah. I'm sorry, but I'm done with the will they, won't they. That's what I want. I think it's way better than my first nominee is my second nominee is I also feel like before should be the back step. That's a no. Yeah, that did not work for me. I think it was primarily that the content of those videos was just really just not good. It was just not good. There's not anything else to say there. And yeah, the fact that we saw a lot of those clips multiple times in the span of one segment was wild. Ah, this treadmill, man. I kind of want to just like see if I keep going, like what happens. Like, why does it start with no noise and then like 10 minutes in starts making noise? Doesn't make any sense. It is lubricated. But maybe just like not in the right. May need to tighten it. I was thinking about that. It's shifting a little bit like where it hadn't been before. But I'm like keeping it in the middle, but maybe I just need to tighten it. I genuinely might have like you guys can't. It's not rubbing the side. I can see the sides. It's like the top roller. Um but it's very loud. You just can't hear it. I promise it's loud. All right. God. It's like a squeak. It's like a All right, we're back. All right, quick prediction. Do we get a Rubina DR in this segment? It's possible that Chelsea was lying that she threw. It's possible she's lying in the DR. MJ was pretty close. It's interesting. I think part of why Chelsea was not immediately against Quinn is because this wasn't intentionally meant to be against him. Very short segment. I believe that was a no. No Rubina. Next prediction. Awkward Chelsea Cam convo. Do we get the awkward Chelsea Cam convo? It's their one-on-one. It took place on the in the loft area outside of the HOH. It was Thursday night. They talked about the vote. They talked about Leah and MJ. We get that conversation in the next segment. As long as we see the convo, it's fine. Thank you for the 14. I'm tired. See, I was not tired when I was walking. That's why I like walking. Just need a treadmill that works. I do not have tonight off from the podcast. I will be on the podcast. I'll be hosting the podcast. What if I walk without the treadmill? Be a little difficult. Ox, thank you the 17th. Rick, welcome to the Robot Army. Dev, thank you for the 28th. Appreciate it, guys. Do. Yeah, this episode just isn't doing it for. I mean, I was happy to see more confirmation about what happened with the vote, but like, probably kind of spent a long time on it. The HOH comp was pretty boring. Maybe we'll pick up some steam here in the back half. But it feels rough that it's only halfway through. Feels like, oof. All right, we're back. Oh no, Wednesday looks pretty promising, I think. Wednesday's looking like it's going to be a good episode. What is this edit? That was so manufactured. Like they were trying to make Cam and Leah a thing right now when it very much is not. 1v, think of the 7th. I know they're prepping for the convo, but like part of the point of the convo is that there was no proper context for Leah Cam. No Cam Chelsea so far. You don't have slim pickings. I think we might get Cam Chelsea later. I think they might have skipped it to come back. do hard things. It's a no. We could run it back. How about this time specifically? Does Cam mention wanting a final three with Chelsea and T core? I ran out of characters. Do we see Cam mention a final three with Chelsea T core? Do we see that in the next segment? Do we see him mention it, allude to it? Hold on, there's an MJ Quinn conversation happening right now. What a throw by MJ if she uses the veto. And what a coup for Chelsea. Yeah, MJ should want one of the trio out for sure. I'm watching feeds now. I apologize. I mean, what he's doing right now is just like acting like an ally, which he is. He wants to work with MJ actively. Like he is definitely good for MJ's game. The question is, can MJ see that, or is she still just kind of like anxious to make a move, do what Chelsea wants? All right, we're back. We're back. Bad vibes from MJ in that conversation, though, personally. If that's not a perfect representation of T-Core's alliance. Intentional or not, her instinct is to let them take the hits. That's what Rubina was trying to say. And good for her. Mm-hmm. 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 We might not even get the Chelsea Cam convo at all in this segment. We might not get it all in the episode. Cons go home. Oh, we are going backwards in time now. They're so used to the one-on-ones being like shortly before noms that they're still structuring their episodes with the one-on-ones last. Laura, thank you for the 39. 38 in a row. Appreciate that. This tells me they're expecting Leah to leave or be nominated. I mean, this was a late swing today, so they probably couldn't have anticipated it. I don't know. I say that. I mean, okay, they knew that she was an option as the renom, so they were. This is what they're giving as content for renom. That makes sense. Here it is, Cam Chelsea. We are all the way backwards in time. After this now you're just lying. What? What is this manufactured Big Brother Canada nonsense? This is not the order of events here. Are you confused? It's like they tried really hard to make her make more sense, but it never made sense. This is so weird. Cam came in so anti-Leah. He literally encouraged Chelsea to target Leah. He doesn't trust her. He's wanted her out like all week. He's the one that got in her head about Leah coming after her. This is such a weird edit. This almost feels like they didn't actually watch what happened and just listened to what Chelsea told them in the DR and tried to find footage to tell that story. That was a pretty clear no. All right, final DR. Is it Chelsea, Angela, Chemo, Cam, Leah, or other? I'm just talking to the cameras right now. I missed the bulk of it. It seems like she's a little undecided on using the veto now. She says, I don't know what to do. Convo with Quinn might have made her a little less certain. All right, the episode's back. It sounded like she was saying she feels like, oh, well, this will be good for my end game resume if I make a big move and take Quinn out. Like, no, it's not. That's Chelsea's resume. What are you talking about? Do you not understand this? Especially if you're going to the end with Chelsea. Quinn is the move. They're thinking about doing it to Quinn. But it could still be Leah. Yeah. Chelsea's first. Chemo. Angela, is she the last? I'll be the Taylor Hale of the sea. Okay, no, the Lays is too far. You can't be biting Taylor stuff like that. That's a step too far. Oh boy. All right. This isn't a new commercial for Survivor, is it? It's just the same one. Who knows what's about to happen? Yeah. All right, it was in fact Angela. Okay. Well, that was an episode. Can't say it was my favorite. It was that, I mean, it wasn't like the worst episode, but it was that like unfortunate combination of not super interesting and fairly inaccurate. So that's unfortunate. But I will be live to talk about it in just a bit for the podcast. Luckily, we will likely have a good Wednesday episode. With the veto. And this drama from today. We'll see what MJ does. It's such a clear case to me for her to not use it, and it's such a clear case for Chelsea to want it used. It's so interesting because MJ, like, you don't often see this, but like 2 weeks in a row now, two players that are working closely together have had directly opposite interests. And so far, MJ is just doing what's in Chelsea's interest. But she doesn't see it that way. Like, it's not like she's intentionally doing what she thinks is Chelsea's interests. She thinks that they're her interests. And I would also not even say that Chelsea is intentionally tricking MJ into thinking that. I don't think that's happening either. I think she's just judging her interests incorrectly. I could be wrong. I mean, last week I think that was the case. I think this week, I mean, it's hard to say because it feels like basically what happened this morning is that Angela flips on Leah, which I don't want to say I told you so, but she rats out Leah and Quinn's late night conversation, which wasn't even a thing. Tries to pitch that like they're trying to work with the T-Core trio, which is obviously fake, and they believed it at first, but now they don't. But what it really did was get them thinking again about the possibility of using the veto at all. And I've been saying it for a few days now that Chelsea's move here this week is to take out Quinn and or Leah. And I think that basically what happened with the Angela stuff is that it got her brain kick-started. She started thinking about it again. It was like, actually, wait, well, hold on. Now that I'm reevaluating, it kind of does make sense to take that shot. So I think the issue for MJ right now is that she's not looking at, it feels like she's not looking at the game as an individual, as like a, how do I win positioning and value for myself? She's looking at it as like a team, her and Chelsea. And they have such opposing interests. That because it's not like she's reading it wrong. She's reading it right. She's just, the goal is wrong, if that makes sense. So we did say she was the Bowie Jan. We did, didn't we? We could, couldn't we? She talking to herself again, or is Leah still there? Leah's still there. Okay. Well, there was the episode. I will, of course, be here tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, to update you on the events of today in a bit more detail. Stay tuned for that. But we'll also talk about it tonight on the podcast. That is the current plan. Stay tuned. I got Rings of Power coverage. I got the Tastemakers over on the Scripted. We got The Circle coming up. So stay tuned for that as well. And yeah, I'll see you on the podcast very soon. Thanks for hanging out.